Germinating Phyllanthus mirabilis. Hi everyone. Today I want to show you how I grow Phyllanthus mirabilis from seed. This is a lovely plant from the caudex family and it has beautiful leaves. Sadly, a lot of the mature plants you can buy online are sadly poached these days. That's nothing I want to support, and it has become a big issue with rising demands. That's why I bought some seeds. I mean, it might take a little bit longer, but at least I can care for my plants with a clear conscience. Let's show you how I sow them. So, first of all, and I did this in advance, I let my little seeds soak in lukewarm water in a warm and dark place for 24 hours. As you can see, it's summer here in Vienna, so I didn't need any heating mat or something like that. The room temperature was sufficient. Some people add hydrogen peroxide to their soaking mix. That's nothing I did. I just let them soak in filtered water. Now here's the thing, I only bought 10 seeds. They came in this little bag, as you can see, and so I'm going to plant each little seedling in their own little pot. I mean, if you bought 100 seeds or so, you probably want to use a big seedling tray, but I'm gonna use these little pots because it's going to make handling things a little bit easier later on. And I already prepared them with these spreader mats. Well, it will keep the soil or the substrate from leaking out. It will make letting them soak when I water them from below a little bit easier, and plus it makes repotting things a little bit easier as well, but of course that's nothing you need to do. And then I'm adding a standard cactus and succulent germination mix, where I added a little bit of perlite. I did sterilize this mix in the microwave beforehand, and then I'm going to fill each of my little pots here right up until the watering line. So like this. So nothing special here. So this is just some standard cactus mix. So there's sand in it, probably pumice, probably a little bit of vermiculite, things like that, but nothing special. And I'm going to fill all my 10 little pots here with this mix. Next, it's time to sow these little seeds. I wasn't able to find all that many success stories, but you know, I determined that I will plant them around half a centimeter, 5 millimeters in the soil, and then, come on, cover them lightly. So just about half a millimeter deep into the soil, not a lot. I'm noticing they are kind of sticky, so like that. So nothing special here. I don't compact the top layer, just cover them lightly. So just like that. That's a little bit big. And I will plant all these little seeds now. The last thing I will do before I will let these pots soak is I will sprinkle it with a little layer, a thin little layer of vermiculite, just for humidity management, with, you know, just a light dusting. And probably shouldn't do this when it's windy because the vermiculite is blowing away. But as you can see, just a light little dusting here on top of the mix. Last but not least, I will let the pots here soak in a tray of water until they are saturated. This shouldn't take more than 10 or 15 minutes. And once they are all soaked through and I removed the excess water, I just put them in this germination box, and I will put this in a warm location with lots of indirect sunlight. And apparently it can take up to 5 months for these beauties to germinate. So I guess from here it's all about patience. I will keep you updated, though I've read that they can germinate right after 10 days or something like that. And just in case you were wondering where I put my little germination box, here right below this north facing window where they get a lot of indirect sunlight. So this is exactly 1 month later. I kept my little seedlings here in this box to keep the humidity as high as possible, and let's take a look at what's inside. So as you can see, 5 out of 10 original seeds already sprouted, and as you can see, this one is already working on its 3rd leaf. I kept them in this germination box the whole time because I noticed they really like the high humidity, and apparently they get enough sunlight here as well. Lots of indirect light here. So I will keep them in the box for now and only remove them once I notice, well, signs of distress, and maybe some of the other seedlings still buried in seeds still buried in the ground will still sprout. So this morning while watering my other plants, I spotted this here. So another little Phyllanthus mirabilis seed has sprouted 2.5 months later than the ones here further to the back. I don't know how well you can see this. These guys here. So if yours haven't sprouted or don't sprout right away, well, there's still hope. Now look at these beautiful Phyllanthus mirabilis seedlings. Aren't they beautiful? Anyway, I will keep them here in this germination box for quite a while until they show signs of distress. And hopefully I will be able to film a little update in maybe half a year or a year. Comment below if you'd be interested. Anyway, I would say growing these Phyllanthus mirabilis from seed was a success. Like this video if you enjoyed watching, and happy planting.